Hey everyone, it's Deja from CrochetEverAfter.com. Today is the newest motif of the month. This is July 2015 and this is the 8-petal flower. So it's a very easy motif. You can use 1 to 4 colors because this has 4 rounds. I used 3. I'm going to show you how to join colors without having to do chain stitches. I'm going to use a thing called a standing stitch. So this is worsted weight yarn, Red Heart, nice and reliable. And I'm using a 5.5 millimeter USI hook for this guy. You can change the yarn size and hook size to get different size flowers, but go ahead and download the pattern below and we'll get started. All right, to get started with our flower, we're gonna go ahead and make a slip knot to put on our hook. And we're going to make an open center ring. So we're going to chain 6, always yarn over from back to front, turn your hook down, pull through, do that 6 times. 6, and then we're going to join this round with a slip stitch in our first chain. So just insert your hook anywhere in that very first chain right next to your slip knot. Yarn over again, so it's kind of a layover. It doesn't quite wrap all the way around, it just kind of lays right on top of your hook. Just turn your hook down a little to catch it and pull it through, and then pull through the loop on your hook so you have your slip stitch. The chain 6 round creates a nice big open circle, so it's easy to work into for round 1. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to do is chain 3, and that's going to count as our first double crochet. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So that's our first double. Now we're going to do 15 more. So this is going to be an 8-petal flower. So we need, multiples of 8. So we're going to do 16 altogether because this chain 3 counts as a double crochet. So we yarn over, insert our hook through that nice big hole we have, yarn over and pull up a loop. Then I yarn over and I pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the second 2. So notice I always point my hook down when I'm pulling through my loops. It keeps me from getting stuck on them. And because we're working around this ring, you might run out of room as you go. So what you do is you just pull over and you get more room on your ring. So keep going until you get to 15 total double crochets, 16 total stitches, and then we'll move on to round 2. Okay, just finished number 15. So if you're new and you find it difficult to count the front of your stitches as you go, just remember you can turn your work, and all stitches that you do in crochet, the top of them always have this stacked V look. So you can count these V's or count just one loop of them if it's hard to see the V. So you can count those all the way around. Make sure you have 15 and then your chain 3. So it's even a V on top of the chain 3. But you can, count it as a chain 3 or as a stitch. So now we're going to join with a slip stitch in the top of our chain 3. So we have 1, 2, 3. We want to do it at the top, not down at the bottom, because we'll get like a little V where our circle should be joined. We want it to be a nice even circle. So we're going to slip stitch that. And now we are ready for round 2. So round 2 is going to be a little different. We're going to start with a chain 5, and that's going to count as a double crochet. So these first 3 are going to be a double crochet, and then we're going to do another 2 which count as a chain 2, and that'll make more sense in just a second. So now we're going to double crochet, but we're going to do it right in that same stitch that we just did all of these chains out of. So it's kind of like a combo stitch. So we're going to put our hook right back in there where that slip stitch was and do another double crochet, and that's going to give us kind of a V stitch. Okay, then after that double crochet we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to start kind of our pattern over. So we're going to skip that next stitch that we come to, that little one that looks like a V or the post, and then we're going to double crochet, chain 2, double crochet again in this next stitch. So chain 2, double crochet right back in there, and then we're going to chain 1 again. So then we skip the next stitch and double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. So this is the pattern that we're doing all the way around for a total of 8 double crochets. So we're going to of these. So we've done 3 so far. So it's double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, chain 1. So we just keep doing that all the way around until we get back to the front. Okay, just finished off that last double crochet. Now I just have my chain 1, and then I'm going to join the round. So I need to join it not at the top of the chain 5, because then I'm crossing over that first double crochet. So I need to join it in the 3rd chain of my chain 5. So I'm going to count 1, 2, and 3. So it's just like joining it at the top of a double crochet. We're going to slip stitch that. And then we're going to fasten off because we're going to change colors, and we're going to start with a standing stitch. So I'm going to show you how to do that if you've never done it. It's a really cool, easy way to put in a new color without having to do any kind of slip stitching and chaining. And let's go grab our new color and start around 3. Okay, we've got our first 2 rounds, and now we're going to join in our new color. So the first thing we need to do is put a slip knot on our hook, and then the rest is pretty easy. So we're going to go ahead and tighten that down. And then we're going to start with a standing double crochet, and we're going to start in any of the chain 2 spaces. So we have chain 1 spaces and chain 2 spaces. The chain 2 is in between those 2 double crochets coming out of 1 stitch. So any of these you want, does not make a difference since we're working in a circle. So I'll just start right here, and we're going to start with a standing double crochet. So normally with when you join a new color, you might slip stitch it and then do 3 chains to count as your first double crochet. But instead, what we're going to do is just start double crocheting, and it's going to eliminate those chains. So I'm going to yarn over and hold on to your tail, because otherwise it's just going to flip right around and you're going to lose it. So hold on to your tail while you're working this stitch so you don't lose your yarn over. Then I'm going to insert my hook into that chain 2 space. I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to pull up a loop, and then I'm just going to work like a regular double crochet. I'm going to yarn over and pull through the first 2. Notice I let go of my tail. I need to get this far apart so I can get my hook through, but then I grab it when I pull back through. Then I yarn over and pull through the last 2. So now I've just started my new color by making an actual double crochet. It's going to be easier when I come around and join, because I'll have a double crochet right to join into, and the tail doesn't matter because we weave it in, so whether it's at the top or the bottom doesn't make a difference. So now we are ready for the rest of the round. Okay, now the rest of the round is going to be kind of similar to this previous round with just an extra double crochet. So instead of doing a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, we are going to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets back in that same spot. So it's like a double DC fan, double crochet fan. And then we're going to do a chain 1 just like we did before. This time when we go to work, we're going to work into our next chain 2 spot. So we're going to do again 2 double crochets, and then a chain 2, and then another 2 double crochets in that same spot, and then a chain 1. So that is the pattern for round 3. Same thing over and over again, 8 total times. Get some slack here. So we just ignore the chain 1 area and go straight to our chain 2s. So do this 8 times all the way around, and then we will be on our final round, and we're going to change color again. Alright, I did the last double crochet, and now I have my chain 1, and now I'm ready to join. So now you can see that I have a V to join with. I don't have any chain 3s that I have to join with. So I just yarn over, pull through, and slip stitch, and then I'm going to fasten this off because we got one more color to go. So now we're ready for round 4, the final round. Alright, we have our final color for our final round. So we're going to go ahead and do a slip knot, and we're going to do a standing double crochet again. So we're going to do it in any of our chain 2 spaces again. So pick whatever one you want, and I'll start right here just because it's in front of me, and start with your double crochet. So I'm going to either let go or let that tail get far away. Then do my second double or second pull through on my double crochet. So now we're going to put another 6 double crochets in this chain 2. So I'm pulling this over to the side because I need lots of room for all of these. It's going to make like a double crochet fan all the way across this chain 2 space. So we've got 3, so it's going to be 7 double crochets total, and that's going to be part of our pattern. This pattern is very easy. Again, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and you'll see that it kind of naturally pushes itself out into this fan position. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to double crochet around this chain 1 spot just to make our fan all the way even with our round. So it pulls it down. When we join over here, it's going to pull it down too. So we're going to do another 7 again. So yarn over, go into your chain 2 spot, and just start double crocheting. And that's what we're going to do all the way around. We're going to do 7 double crochets in every chain 2 spot, and then we're going to do a single crochet to anchor it in every chain 1 spot. So keep on going all the way around, and we'll meet up right at the end so you can see how to join. Okay, I just finished my last 7 double crochets, and now I'm at the beginning of the round. So I do my single crochet in that chain 1 spot, and then to bring this down to here, we're going to slip stitch. Pull that through and pull it down and tighten it down. Now you have your fully completed flower. So we're going to fasten that off. And depending on if you want to change colors and how many times you want to change colors, because technically you could change color 4 times, you'll have quite a few ends to weave in. So I'm going to go weave these in, and then we'll look at the final flower. All right, the flower is all woven in and ready to be used as I see fit. So you could use this as a blanket because these are nice and big, so they would not take a very long time to make a whole blanket out of. You can just connect them at different parts of the petal, or use small fillers from past motif of the months to put in between. But this one's a really cute, easy, fun motif that works up like in probably less than an hour altogether. So if you have any questions, leave them below, and thank you for watching.